What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of The Nightly Show.
I'm Max.
And I'm Kyle. Today we are coming to you from a beautiful Friday morning.
That's right. The spring weather has arrived, and I'm sure happy about it.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure excited to bring the show to you guys.
Me too. Let's kick it off with a look into the choir's Broadway production.
Sounds good. Let's go.
The FHN Choir program has been hard at work preparing for their upcoming annual Broadway review. And what is a Broadway review, you may ask? Well, let's go ask some of the choir students.
So essentially we do something called Broadway Review, where we go and we perform different musical theater acts. Each of the choirs gets a main musical that they focus on, that they work on, and other people are allowed to do solos or duets or group acts if they so choose.
A Broadway actress, Nikki Snelson, who played Brooke Wyndham on Legally Blonde, comes in for 2 days first semester and then 2 days second semester, and works with us for about 6 hours just choreographing and training us. And then we just constantly rehearse it.
This year we are doing Aladdin, Wicked, Greatest Showman, and Zaz, Waitress, and Hairspray.
To check out what we've been working on, go ahead and join us May 6th or 7th at 7 p.m. in the FHN Auditorium.
Wow, that looks so good.
Yeah, and the voices are great too.
You know where we're going to hear a lot of voices?
Prom?
You got it. Let's go take a look at what prom's going to look like.
My name is Marissa Heyer. I am a family and consumer sciences teacher as well as the junior class sponsor. So I help facilitate the junior class officers and the junior class delegates. This year, the juniors and seniors voted to have Hollywood as our theme. It's imperative that they bring a photo ID, otherwise they will not be able to check in. I'd also like to highly encourage you not to eat a meal before you come, because we have lots of food that you'll be able to indulge in. Well, for starters, we actually get to have one, so that's great news. We didn't get to have one in the past 2 years, so that will be different. Every year is a little different just because of the dynamics of the students who will be attending. Like I said, each year is a little different just between like how the junior class officers and delegates plan the prom. Like our gift this year is going to be different, our theme is different. We're also using a professional decorating company this year, so I'll be looking for feedback after that. I absolutely love working with the junior class officers and delegates. It's so much fun to see them do all the hard work. I'm not really the planner, they are the planners. I just get to be the facilitator.
My name's Emma Renz. I am currently a senior. Well, technically for me, I have never been to one. With COVID and everything, it was canceled last year, and then I opted out of going to the parent-held one, but I'm really excited to go this year. I think just experiencing it and everything. I'm going with a bunch of my friends this year, and I've never gotten to experience one, so I'm super excited about that. If you're a girl, do not wear your heels all night. Definitely bring like socks or Birkenstocks. Just have fun and dance. Like, don't be the people that just sit there. Just have fun, live your life, and yeah.
We look forward to seeing everyone on April 22nd from 7 to 10 p.m. at Old Hickory. Please come hungry and bring a photo ID.
It sounds like it'll be a nice night.
Yeah, lots of food is always good.
I'm sure it'll be a tough time deciding what to eat.
You know what else is tough? Deciding what you want to do with your life.
Here's a video on how to choose your career path.
Thinking about your plans post-high school is really scary. Many kids have little to no idea what they want to do and begin to feel lost. What these kids need to realize is that they are not alone. According to Central.edu, around 75% of college students start college undecided or change their major. This isn't just an excuse to put off thinking about your future, though.
It is to a student's advantage to start to figure out what they want to do after high school as soon as possible, only because they have opportunities at school to take certain classes or participate in field trips or experiences that might align with their plans. I do not think they have to have it all figured out by the time they graduate high school, but the more opportunities to explore those different paths or careers while a high school student is going to be beneficial.
No matter what your interests are, there is always something out there for you right after high school, whether it's working a job or furthering your education.
A lot of times I think I see people who have awesome qualities and they're not sure where those qualities fit, but like they probably have a ton of opportunities. They just haven't lived that experience of like going out and finding those jobs. So I would suggest like just thinking about what you really truly like and then finding people to shadow or to internship with, because you'll learn a lot more on hands if you're in the moment.
So I would encourage them to do research through their SCORE account. That's a college and career planning website we use as a district. They can take assessments on there that will measure their strengths, their aptitude, their natural ability, their interests, and that'll help them research careers, or they can research colleges that way as well.
Always remember, you're not stuck to one career. According to ApolloTechnical.com, since starting their first job after college, 29% of people have completely changed fields. There are an infinite number of paths you can take, so just follow your gut.
That was some really great advice. I know it helped me out a lot.
Yeah. Did you know that a woman named Amber Geiger followed her dream and became a police officer? However, after murdering someone, she lost her job?
Whoa. Here's a podcast about it by Emily and Rachel.
Hey FHN, I'm Rachel from Crime Kooks. On our most recent episode, Emily and I dive into the death of Botham Jean. It's a more recent case that took place in Texas. Here's a peek into the podcast.
And the reason she said she never called him, he had to call her, was because, again, he was married. She never knew whenever he was with his family. Mm-hmm. But it was suggested by Geiger's defense that unfortunate events led to her fearing for her life. Prosecutors said that self-defense isn't a feasible argument because Jean wasn't a threat, which I 100% agree with based off of the knowledge we know from his gunshot wound.
Obviously, yeah. No, so, yeah, she obviously didn't have a right to kill him, and, crap went down, and...
Right. Yeah, so then October 1st, the jury found Geiger guilty of murder, because, she did kill him.
Yeah.
And while the sentencing was being decided, prosecutors shared Geiger's character through social and text messages.
Speaking of career change, Mrs. Parks is moving from a teacher to assistant principal next year.
Yeah, not quite as drastic of a change as cop to prisoner, but it's still a change.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I'm interested. Let's learn more.
I think the one thing that is cool about this position is that I've already been a teacher here for 20 years. And so I know what it feels like to be in the classroom. I've been in the classroom for a really long time. I wasn't just in the classroom for a minute to try to move up. That wasn't ever my goal. And so I feel like the fact that I've been here doing the work makes me credible. And then the fact that I already know the students. I'm not walking into a new school where I have to meet new students and, suddenly hand out discipline to kids. I have no idea. I know and have a relationship with the students and the staff already.
Knowing that I already know her and that she's gonna have a higher position in the building gives me like a sense of security, because I know her. If I ever have any problems, I can go to her, anything, so that's just good to, know that.
I think I'm just really thankful to be able to be in the school that I've loved for 20 years with amazing students, amazing teachers. And so just continuing to be here in a leadership position is what makes me really happy.
The way she takes time to help everyone understand, and she doesn't go on without any student not understanding or anything. She's very patient, and that's obviously going to help her a lot in her new position.
I'm really looking forward to this position. I will certainly miss the classroom. I'm already teary every time I start thinking about packing things up, but it is really encouraging to know that I'll still get to be in this building with people I love and in a space that I love.
I'm just excited to see what she's gonna do for our school, the new things she's gonna bring, and although I'm gonna miss her as a teacher, I'm excited for her.
I'm excited to see her in that position next year.
Yeah, she's great for it.
Agreed. Kyle, don't you play baseball?
Yes, sir, and I actually just recapped one of our past games.
Sweet, let's go check it out.
On April 14th, Francis Hall North's varsity baseball team took on Fort Zumwalt North at Fort Zumwalt North. Here's some highlights from the game. In the top of the first inning, leadoff hitter Sean Hampton hit a single into left field that he stretched into a double after a wild throw. Joseph Borschulte throws a comebacker here to second, and they try to turn to right here, but just missed that runner at first base. Peyton Caples makes the catch here despite the wind and the sun in his eyes. Here's a swing and a miss from Joseph Borschulte. Borschulte leads the team in strikeouts this year with 23 strikeouts through 29 innings, with a 2.66 ERA. Sean Hampton reached base twice in this game, with a walk right here and a hit earlier in the game. This is his first game back in a couple weeks due to a shoulder injury. He's a very aggressive base runner, and Zumwalt North tried to pick him off a couple times to keep him from stealing second base. Powerful first baseman Adam Hannon hammers a hit into left field here for a single. Starting pitcher Joseph Borschulte went 6 innings this game, and relief pitcher Trey Schneider came in to close the game in the 7th. Here's a looking strikeout by Trey Schneider. The Knights ended up losing 8-2 against Fort Zumwalt North, and next take on the Francis Hall Central Spartans in Cottleville at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Well, it's too bad you guys didn't win, but best of luck to you tomorrow.
Thanks, man. That's all the baseball news I got for you, but let's take a look at basketball.
Here's Other Max with a look into the Jordan 1 breads.
The Jordan 1 bread has a very long history line. As the story goes, Michael Jordan was fined $5,000 by the NBA every time he wore them because they broke the uniform rules. Over the years, the Jordan 1 bread or the Jordan 1 band has become one of the most well-known and sought-after colorways of the Jordan 1. The bread colorway has been retroed and re-released many times, spanning from 2001 to 2022 in different materials from satin to flyknit, but the most recent being the patent bread colorway, which I have in hand. In my personal opinion, these might be some of the worst looking shoes I've ever owned. The color blocking is nice and everything, but the patent leather is just too flashy. With the shoe being patent leather, the shoe will feel stiff when you're wearing it, and I can guarantee that the first time the sole of the shoe hits the floor, the toe box will be more creased than your sister's white Air Force Ones. Some cool features on these are the inscription of family on the inside of the shoe and this hang tag of the Jordan logo. They also made the shoe box look like it's made of patent leather, which is alright, but again, I don't like the patent leather look. In the end, I give these shoes a 3 out of 10. The colorway is dope. I like that they included a hang tag, and the inscription is a nice little feature. But at the end of the day, the patent leather is just way too flashy for me to wear on a regular basis. I would count these as more of a dress shoe that I would wear once, maybe every 3 months, and that's just not worth keeping them to me.
I can't help but agree with him.
Yeah, those shoes are shinier than the crab from Moana.
Speaking of Moana, I just reviewed a game that's all about exploring an otherworldly ocean called Subnautica.
Well then, why don't we dive right on into it?
Subnautica is a very relaxing game, with nothing frightening to be found at all. Everyone likes going to the aquarium, where all the big scary fish are behind the glass, but in this game, congrats! You're locked in the glass with the fish until you're able to find a way off this horrifying planet. Even if you don't think you're scared of the ocean, this game will still shake you to your core. You play as an unnamed human, stranded on this alien planet after you used an escape pod to escape your perfectly intact ship. Since you want to escape this planet, you spend your time swimming around, gathering materials to make traversal around the sea easier, and to hopefully escape before you become fish food. Speaking of fish food, the fish on this planet are either small, edible fish, or Leviathan-class life forms, which you have no reason to be scared of. Just a piece of advice. If you ever see a big fish that looks like this, be sure to give it a little pet.
I'm sure you'll love it.
You'll encounter these fearsome fishies while exploring the large, expansive map
that gets even bigger when you explore the dark caverns that lie below. You're able to use the materials you find all over the map to create things like a flashlight for all the caves,
or a huge robotic mecha suit to Spider-Man your way through the ocean. You can also create your own home away from home, with a nice quilted bed, desk, spinny chair, and motivational poster to keep you from giving up. With the game's spooky environments and fun exploration, I give Subnautica 7 spooky fish out of 10.
I might have to try that game out.
I would recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
Well, that's all we got for you guys today. Once again, I'm Kyle.
I'm Max.
Signing off.